Good day, guys. Welcome to another episode, or let's say the first episode of Linkop Podcast. I'm Saint James Rhule, your host. And today I have a few nice gentlemen with me from the car community. And starting from my left, can you guys introduce yourself?
I'm Kelvin Mankatah with Elite Street Dreams Automotive.
Thank you, Kelvin.
My name is Eddie Poku with Right Channel.
Thank you, Eddie.
Yes, I go by the name Mr. Marcus.
AKA
Billy.
Thank you, Billy.
My name is Obii. I don't have any date Billy. But the auto motorsports, what's up?
Thank you, Obii. So, guys, first of all, welcome. Happy New Year. It's been a wonderful 2022 for most of us. I mean, getting to the latter part anyway. And 2023 seems promising. Do you have any hopes for 2023? Who would like to take off?
To last the 9/11. TF19.
For that.
Thank you very much, Marcus. Kevin.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more events actually, because I feel like it takes a long time before we get people converging to talk about cars, and everybody just goes back to sleep, and then it's like you wait for a long time before you have to and then. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to more. I mean, simple car meetups. It's not something that we have to plan to. I mean, there are so many venues. Oh, let's meet here, let's meet there. Just drive 5, 10, 20. We don't need numbers. It is the frequency and the consistency is what is going to drive people to be coming day after day. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm ready.
Well, for me, I think that all the things you said are interesting. I think that we need to, because where we started now, which we're going to talk about, okay, it's quite high. I believe that with how big this particular show went, it has put Ghana on notice.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
but we have to explore the other kinds of motorsports, especially ones that a lot of people in the grassroots can also participate. Yeah, and I think that will add a lot of color and it will make it more interesting. Yeah.
And also, I wanted to add this, right? We need to be educating people more on, automotive stuff. A lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, for now and then, that be what me then link up with it.
That's for sure.
So, more, scared of what they don't understand.
No, the other thing I do, okay, is on City FM 97.3 every Thursday 4 to 5.
Oh yeah, listen.
I do a car show.
Yep.
Okay, every week Thursday.
Tuna.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't invited me yet. So
We'll talk about that. Yeah, so we talk about cars, give people a lot of car knowledge. I mean, before lead up to the event we just had, Lloyd was on the show. We had a great time talking about BMW.
Lloyd Ash Photos, right?
Yes.
I think it was there with Chris and Kojo.
Yeah, but Chris is a regular on the show.
Okay.
Yes, I mean almost every other week Chris comes on the show.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, so you know the secret as in why he won how he won the.
Well, I mean, you asked me a certain question at the event, and I answered appropriately because I'm very, very close to the protagonist of all the two cars.
Thank you, guys. So, let's see 2022, starting from the beginning of the year when we got a very wonderful president in Ghana. We all know the president I'm talking about. I think he came in February or March.
I think it came in March.
Yeah, a very blue, nice present.
Yes.
Which everyone was surprised to see, and people are still saying that it's a replica, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. But I mean, I'm happy we're getting such cars in Ghana now. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the Bugatti Chiron. And it's very interesting to see all of that, because now people have hope that you don't have to just travel outside to see this type of cars. I mean, there's so many other machines have also coming, and the Toyota Supra, the Chiron. We've gotten hints that there may be an Aventador coming in, an Aventador SVJ. Yeah, I don't have confirmation for that, but later on we'll get it. Yeah, but we've seen a few Aventadors, 488, 458. So yeah, the supercar community is also building up now. It's just a pity that people hide. Yeah, because I mean, you can't blame them. Everyone owns a car, so he's entitled to do as he says. But what car would you say you've seen so far that has excited you, except the Bugatti? Let's say, except the Bugatti. You saw the car, you knew it was in town, and then you were really stunned. Kevin?
So there was this one time, there was this picture of this 488 Pista at the ports.
Yeah.
And then that was the last of the car. As to where it is, I'm still working.
I remember that picture.
I think that car belongs to, or it's the same stable as a Chiron.
Is it?
because I've seen that car on the Kumasi Road before.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh.
One time I was driving when I had my Red Axe. I took it to my fatherland, and on my way back, yes, there was 2 supercars, and the Pista was one of them. So I believe it's
I know that stable has a Ferrari.
yeah.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
5.8.
Yeah, that is it. That's
It was as a McLaren.
they have McLaren, they have Ferrari.
I nearly forgot they have the McLaren.
Yeah.
His was the first to come in, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
No, but you see, the thing is that if cars come in and people are making comments like it's a replica,
Yeah.
you know, it's not cool.
That's true.
All right, we should encourage people. Do you understand?
Yeah.
When I started Right Channel, okay, I have friends who have very, very good cars. Okay, and when you approach them, lots of them, they don't want to come on the show.
100%.
Okay, why? Because of comments like this.
Yep.
Do you understand how the person got his car? Okay, whether it's a replica or an original, it's none of your business.
That's true.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I reach out to my buddies in Nigeria, okay, and they are like, "Oh, come when you come, this guy has this one, this guy has this one, this guy has this one." Do you understand? And that shows the difference between the culture here and the culture there, and that is why people have cars but won't show up to car meets. They don't even drive the cars. And blah 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 blah. Yes, people buy cars for so many reasons. In Ghana, I know for a fact that a lot of people buy a car just for the flex. Okay, to squat. Then for somebody to go to a shop and see so many cars there and say, "I want a 458." Okay, that tells you the kind of mindset that person has. You get it? But because of such comments, people want to keep their cars and just show it off to your friends. So, Charlie, yeah, yeah.
And as I said, right, people are scared of what they don't understand. And I think the price of the car scares them like, whoa.
Yeah, how you
Exactly. And they don't know about the car. So now, what I would say is the owners shouldn't be scared. They should rather educate the people who don't know the car. Some people make that comment because, okay, if you have that car, why can't I come close to you to have it, to see what car it is?
Yeah.
My point is that the price of the car shouldn't be a question.
It's scary.
Do you understand?
It's scary.
Yes, the fact that it's scary. It's scary, but it's none of your business.
Ghana is developing, right? So they I mean, see the Ferrari in Ghana. Remember the show they did, the Miami Drive? Like where you see Ferraris and Lambos.
Yeah.
I was watching. I'm like, do we have all these cars in Ghana? Wow! I was so happy.
Yeah.
Even people didn't believe that was Ghana.
Yeah.
That was the first evidence.
But exactly. We have to move on the conversation. Okay, you have to move on the conversation. Let's stop that curtain. Do you understand?
True.
I mean, I remember
Young folks out to educating them.
Yeah.
I'll be riding my bike and somebody will come, saying, I mean, is that part of your business?
What they won't have.
My point.
I think something with Ghanaians is they attribute respect to what items
Yeah.
says. That is the problem.
And one thing,
Yeah.
a young man who works hard will buy a nice car. They will say he is taking the juju.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's gone for sacrifice.
Because
That is wrong.
I got to drive a friend's 428, and that's just a 48 coupe. And we driving it.
I think I'm driving car.
No reason.
I don't. This car was just got
Obii.
come here.
Yeah.
So we
Why is
close
it?
it, right? And some boys just come, boss, how did you get this car? I'm like, oh, it's a friend's car. Boss, which job he did do? I'm like, honestly, it's not my business.
Oh, try. Like, but tell us if they sell cocaine, master.
But I'm like,
Sometimes put them off like,
I'm like, okay, that's fun.
No, but that's
actually
what
true.
you actually said. That's the tag.
yeah.
If even my old car that I drive,
Yeah.
people see it. It's 2011, right? Police officer will stop me and tell me your car is too neat to be 2011.
I mean, what kind of crap?
It scares me.
It's sad.
So does that mean if you have an old car, it has to be very dirty?
That's true.
bracket and all of that.
So, but to be honest, that was like a few months back. But I can confidently say now that people are evolving. The car community is getting a bit better,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. Because now they stop attributing it to just only game boys, for lack of a better word, fraudsters, corrupt politicians, and whatnot.
Thanks to Linkop TV
Linkop, Eddie,
and the BMW Club Ghana for
Yeah.
So
that.
first shout out of the day goes to the BMW Club Ghana. Thank you for helping us educate people, knowing that an average Ghanaian can afford something if he works hard towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that with now that by courtesy of BMW Club and all the other groups, that people's eyes are being opened.
Yes.
I mean, if you want these things, you can get it. You just have to focus and work towards it, and that's how other people do it. Okay, I mean, somebody has that car that you see that person driving. Probably he's worked over 30 years, 40 years, 50
That's his
years.
dream.
Yeah.
Ghanaians still believe the Aladdin thing where you can just rob a genie and you get it.
Oh yeah,
Robert.
So it's like, but you see, the thing about this conversation, right, is, like you're saying, when the Chiron touched down, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like there are these small pockets of people.
Yeah.
And the idea is always to expose people. Because how can we start? We started by looking at the
Yeah.
your uncle buys 34, you wear like 34, you stand there at the window like the assistants, like just look at the car. That's how you start.
Yeah.
Right? I remember a very long time ago, like in 2013, one of my friends at the time, he was actually my boss, right? He let me drive his Porsche. Then he was driving a SL. Went to his, this was late, it's like around 11 p.m. Went to his one, and that was like the first time I came in the Porsche. I was like, man, this is a car. And even the lights in this front.
It wasn't a scene.
And I remember as we're turning into his clothes, there were this group of kids just there, about maybe 4 or 5 boys, just playing on the road and things like that. And the cars came, flashed these lights, and they ran to the car. It left something with me because I saw the boys through my rearview mirror, just looking. And I'm saying, if it's even easier for somebody to dream, it's a good enough.
It's a good enough reason.
It's a good enough reason. And that's all that car culture really is. Car culture is helping me aspire.
Yeah.
That's how we all came. And it's not just about the people who are now people who are opening their own shops. People went before us opening their own shop. That's when Chris started auto strip.
Yes.
That was when you went to see the cars.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
Wait,
I still want to.
I don't want to. I know when I stand outside go to the car. I used to
Just drive and park my car just to see.
Auto jewelry.
Yes.
see what cars you see. You just go and look inside. You're like, hey,
So all these things are here.
all these things are here.
I mean, I was there once when someone passed the comments like, hey, now can't we go Ghana? I'm like, bro, they are even more. They are even way
I
more.
remember leaving my office at lunch. I went to lunch. I pressed stand. Auto Jordan, just look. Outside the gate too. Just look. I didn't met Chris yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And think back to those days. And those cars have always been here. It's not like it's now that it's American cars.
Yeah.
But it's always been a close community. Because of this, but once you start to open up and appreciate people and honor them for the hard work and
Yes.
they will also open up to you. But it's all these comments about now we were here, there. No, that's not.
But
They're shy. They're scared.
They
Can't bring it out.
Okay, guys, let's take a short break.
Okay, alright.
Back right now.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Linkop Podcast. So, big shout out to Carbon Cleaning for being here with us.
For those who are wondering, car mudi wema.
It helps clean out all the carbons and things that are not supposed to be in your car. Anyway, Uncle Eddie, just before we went to the break, we said,
I'm glad you say. All right. So I just wanted to add to Obie's submission.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that another thing that we have to also understand is that car culture is also a business.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I mean, we should respect when some people will not drive certain cars. Okay. Now, when you buy cars of a certain nature, even when the car leaves the showroom, it appreciates. Most cars will depreciate, but there are some particular cars that will appreciate.
Okay.
So coupes
Coupes, yeah.
Generally,
Coupes
yeah.
have the ability to become classics.
Okay.
You know,
That's true.
Yes. I mean, if somebody wants, let's say, a 1978 or a 1952, let's say, Corvette or something. No, even that is straight out convertible. So it's a different. No, but to choose between, let's say, a Mercedes that is 2-door, okay, or
the SL.
yes, the SL, or to choose something with 4 doors. Okay, the SL will always be a classic.
That's true.
Just because it has 2
Two doors.
Okay, so those are some of the things. I mean, we are not talking about that, but
Yeah.
yes, some people buy the cars because they know that it's business. In fact, some research around the industry says that it is more lucrative than gold.
Wow.
Yes, if you buy particular cars, okay,
Like the one-offs.
and that is why most of the top car names have this culture now that is building, that they are even banning people that Justin Bieber can't buy a Lambo anymore, so can't buy a Ferrari anymore. In fact, you cannot just get up and buy a Ferrari.
Yes.
Okay, you have to work your way up. So probably maybe you buy some California, get your name into their system, then you buy a more powerful and more expensive one, then you trade. There are some models
Exclusive.
exclusive.
Reminds me, I remember going to the Maybach website a couple of years back when I announced. And so there was login and password. I was like, hey, can't remember. You know, and I was like, hey, remember? Council.
Funny asking for a password when his IP was Ghana.
Tracy with the request.
No, but the other thing too is that, I mean, when you talk about those guys, any one of them is customized.
Yep.
You are going to buy if you are going to buy Aston Martin, Ferrari, in your even Porsche, when you go to the website and you're
Some
buying
of the cars are handmade, right? They do
Okay.
it for you.
yes,
Order it.
I mean, even if you want to buy the stock of the stock, there are some things you still have to select.
Yeah.
If you are buying an Aston Martin, Ferrari, sometimes it might be a whole day affair at the dealership.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Guys, so let's just go around the table again. What made you get into cars? Because for me, for instance, it was running home from school. One of my friends are watching like Dennis and Nasha. I know that I think it was Metro TV or something, will be showing Drive It from DWTV. Yeah, and I love that show. I know most times it was in German. I wasn't understanding anything. But
Yeah, we all did understand.
exactly. But I've seen cars in Germany.
Yeah,
and that's when
that's our language.
Yeah.
Autobahn, and I'm like, is that safe? Because I know everyone is saying that there's a speed limit, but you just see them just flying on the Autobahn in a Seattle. Wow, that made me start liking cars. And one uncle of mine, funny enough, got a Peugeot 407 for a birthday gift. And I think the way the car was just presented to him, it was a surprise birthday gift. We're at the party, here comes his gift, and then on the Peugeot they've written playtime is over, Peugeot 407. And there were balloons, there were streamers all around, the lights. I'm like,
That's right.
Peugeot, okay. This is something I would like once in my lifetime to own a surprise gift like that. So it started made me like cars, going into cars. My dad was never understanding, but my granddad was very understanding because he had an old Mitsubishi. And then he made me know how to mention that car. I think I still mentioned it wrongly, but then yeah. So I think this love started from there, like mentioning cars, even with my granddad on our way to school. He'd be like, "Quick, what car is this?" And I mentioned it. As this, yeah. So it helped. I think that's how
What it was.
I was in class 3. I'm not very sure of the age then, but I was in class 3 at that time, because there was this older woman who was coming to pick up her kids from our school, and I don't know what job she did, but every time she came in a different car. Every single time, it was a different car. She got me introduced to the Chrysler Pacifica. That was later on. I was in class 6, JHS1. I saw it the first. I was like, "What is this? Is that a hearse?" Well, no, it looked like a mini SUV. Next time she comes, she's in a Toyota Sequoia. I'm like, okay. Then she was the first person to make me see the Honda Ridgeline, the pickup. Like Hondas make pickup as well. So seeing cars even from my school's car park was like, okay, I think this is something I would like to know more of. So when we go to like the ICT lab and people are like Facebooking and stuff, you find James in the corner just watching YouTube videos on cars. and everybody's angry because why is he watching YouTube video on cars? We want to go to Wap Trick and play games. You are here just watching videos on cars. So I think that's where it started. The love started from my youth up to now, and then it hasn't waned off. It's still here. Yeah. So how did it start? Who wants to start?
Yeah, so for me, if memory serves me right, the moment as a kid, I could remember maybe yesterday was Tuesday, tomorrow is Thursday. The only thing I know is I loved cars from that very moment. Because as a kid, when I grew up, my mom showed me a book that actually started drawing cars. And I actually had a label. The company was called Fugu. As to where that name came from, I don't know. But then I drew like samples of cars that eventually become something like a Mercedes or something. But I don't blame myself. I blame my family, because from my grandpa down to my dad and his siblings, everybody's just a car person. Because as a kid, I met Mark 1s in my house, E34s, E39s. They were like those cars that are today iconic cars. It wasn't just hind. It was like those. And then my uncle's two guy men. So you see MK1, some big woofer in the back, some big wheels and stuff. I'm like, okay. And I do start E30. Yeah, my uncle starts E34. Then this guy is sounding like heaven. I'm like, okay, what is this one too? And then video games came along. So for me, it was just drawing cars, playing video games. When I go to primary, if you come to my school, you're looking for me and use my name, you wouldn't find me. Just tell them I look for the boy who likes cars. Oh, that's the guy. That's how they knew me since creche through primary. Like every educational system that I go to, you want to look for me, just tell them I look for the boy who likes cars, and you tell me this is the guy. So growing up to my daddy too, he's done himself a handyman mechanic, so he's always coming in. Maybe the lady too, her husband was a mechanic.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, so I was also getting experience with several cars at a very young age, and then it got to a point in my JHS. So my teachers actually come to stand at the gates to wait for my arrival. Even though my daddy will bring me late, that's what I'm at. It's all bad. And then because they know every day they will see a car they haven't seen before. And that was like back 2009, 2010. They were, I think the first time I started in an E-class, it was in 2010. And that was a 2009 E350.
Wow.
Okay. So you see, Golf, yes, MK5 GTI 2-door with the full body kits. And then Lincoln Navigator DS. See, so there were some cars that I was seeing from time to time. I'm like, hey, what are all these things? But I loved it. And then interestingly, my dad and my mom's first, not my dad's first car, of course, he's had several. So the ones I came to meet that I loved was this Toyota Corolla AE86. Yes.
So that, don't you?
I have my mom's one.
Okay.
Yes. So my dad had one. And my mom's was like, she wants to get a car, and my daddy bought hers. So hers was the pop-up light. My dad's was the normal street. My mom's one actually belonged to late Benjamin Shamokwe.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, that car is from like way back. And then growing up, I started loving the car. I hadn't even seen Initial D and the rest yet. I just loved the car. I was like, what car is this? And then I just love it. Till today, I still have it. If you know, the engine is out of cartridge. Yeah. So it was from then I started meeting all these petrol heads. Before I thought I was the only crazy person who likes cars. Yeah. But I'm talking and then people are looking at me like, this boy, what is wrong with you? Talk like a normal person. Like talk about football, talk about girls, talk about this. But every day it's car. So I thought I was crazy or something. I was like, okay, it's cool. Who knows? So after SHS, and then I started meeting thanks to social media, start seeing things, start meeting people, joined AFC. Yeah. From there, started meeting Lloyd and Co. I went to my first car show. That was that was Community 25. Yeah. That was where
A1 Raceway.
Yes, A1. Yeah. That was the first one. And I was like, okay, so everybody, I still didn't know people, but you only know them by their cars. Yeah. So and then as time goes on, due to the nature of my work, I happened to meet Lloyd through a friend, and then now here we are today having this conversation. So, it's been exactly. It's been quite interesting.
I'm ready. How did you get it? I remember you were telling us a story about how you had neighbors who were riding dead bikes.
Yeah.
Running up to see them go to school.
That's why people won't talk. We don't finish.
That was a nice song.
Yeah, so I will just jump to the highlights. I can see a lot. A lot of parallels because for me, I'd always wanted to work in the industry. I'd always from day one. So anybody who was in school with me, if you meet them somewhere today, they will say, "Oh, this guy, I know him. He was always drawing cars." And I'm not shabby when it comes to drawing, and I like to design my own cars. So I have scrapbooks upon scrapbooks, but the development of the law of Akasankasano started with my cousins. Yeah, with my cousins. So at the point I was living with my cousins at the airport residential area, and they were serious car guys. Baby, when we get to talk about the motorsport culture, I'll come back to that. And yes, so there was the Top Gear magazines, the car magazines, the auto car magazines. I mean, I when I close from school, that is my Bible. When I get a car magazine, okay, I if that's the only one for a year, you always see me with that book for a year, and you get to a time I can almost recite all the things that are in the book because I'll read it A to Z. Okay, for me, I'm not just somebody who likes cars. I would describe myself as more of a petrol head because everything that has an engine in it,
You love it.
I did law. Okay, so and I'm a bit handy, so I'll build my own. I'll make my own toy cars, for example. I'll take cardboard, I can draw, cut them out, so lots and lots of things. Take styrofoam, make cars out of it, put motors in them, put batteries, put headlight. I mean, yeah, we can get toy. I mean, a toy car no grab bar. See a bill.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
How you operate?
Yes, to figure it out. That one the key. If the toy car lands, you get me. That night, so operation will go on for bed inside. You go to bed with screwdriver. Yeah. So I mean, that's where it started from. But that story. So these guys, GIS guys, in the area, and at that time, I think I don't know if I have to describe it as a fad or that was the thing then, off-road bikes, So all the guys in the area who knew what's up, all of them had, dead bikes. This is way before internet and and they all gather in one of the houses close to my place, and they will all take off to go to school. When I hear the sound, Charlie, I know they feel control myself. The next moment I'm at my gate. So I go to a time, I don't go even hear that. I won't wait to hear the sound because I know the time. So I will go stand there wait. Then I started with my cousins and other family friends in the area. I mean, cars like the AMC Hornet, for example.
Wow.
That's one of my family friends. Cougar had an AMC Hornet. Masa Tale, the car crazy. Before the car got cut, I was like the car. I mean, we're around the Engelbert area, almost opposite Engelbert. The car they like National Service Secretariat, if you know the area. Yeah. You go here, see the car they come. Wow. V8 Rambo, serious one. My goodness. Yes. Then another family friend, Kish too had some old school Mercedes. Then he came, and he knows I like cars. So when he got Charlie, and then me the car number make a show rubber. Charlie, Masa, this guy put me for this guy inside there. The attitude way it's here for the area inside. My goodness, airport is there. The roads have always been good. My goodness, the memory just stuck in my brain. I say, Charlie, this car's there. That's my thing. That's my thing. So cars, the stories that if I want to tell them, we don't go finish. So let me just cap it up. So I've been doing this a long time. Then along the line, I started this YouTube thing. I didn't take it serious. My YouTube channel was actually set up in 2015.
Ooh. Wow.
Time. So if at the time I was serious, I'll be ranking with the Doc DeMuro said, yeah. 2015, you can go and check. But I just one of those things, Instagram, because I'm a tech guy. That was it, But I got serious during the COVID time. Then along the line, I started working with the media house. They realized that, I have the interest. So gradually, I had the opportunity to host a radio show that talks about cars. So from there to there, COVID, I get serious with the YouTube channel, did Marcus and a couple of other guys. We all and 5 God's grace, we are here. So the experience has been lovely, and I think that anybody who has a love for cars should just move. That is what I'll say. Just move.
Lumini, how did you get his car?
Oh, with me, my mom used to buy me. You see, remember those little cars?
Wheels.
On wheels. From Matchbox.
Yeah.
Different cars. Those were my car collections. If you come to my room, I had a shelf. All the cars on it. And when I'm tired of the color, I take one out. You know when they're painting the house? They paint. I would dismantle the car and I'll brush it different color. Put the stickers back on and clip it back. And I had a friend. We used to live in Second Secular, Canterbury.
Yeah.
I had a friend from the barracks. He used milk.
Yeah.
And this Chalawote guy will do a nice car, and we used to pull it with a string, a rope. And as I was growing up, I had an uncle who used to come and visit Terry, very old boy, sales cars at Osu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Different cars, yes. He used to bring different cars to my house.
Always smart the cars out of the house.
So one time he came to my house with a Golf Mark 1 convertible, black one. I didn't know how to drive then. I sat in the car, put it on drive, I was gone. They were looking for me. I was roaming around at the barracks, and they started another car chasing me. So when they saw me, they're like, "Oh, Kwame, come home," right? They didn't want me to panic, so I drove back home, packed it. That was it. I fell in love with cars. Like when I see, in Genesis, I was driving a Toyota Celica to school. That's what my father gave me.
Wow.
I will take all the seat out.
JHS in Ghana.
Seat out. I'll clean the car. I'll put everything back again, and the sound system. Damn. When I get to school, Charlie, the headmistress will be upset. She parks the car, park mine next to her.
Oh no.
Right.
Wow.
So from that time driving, I drove from the age of 15. Right. And I just love,
but the driving age is 18 in Ghana.
18 in Ghana, yes. By them times, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was fun. I got to drive a car at the early stage, because my father didn't want me to be stealing this car. And the first time he got an E36 BMW, brand new from Mechanical Lloyd, we went to pick it up. I was driving it, so that's when I fell in love with BMW E36. See, the transmission was so smooth. You see, it was solid, the sound. Then BM became alive. So I thank my father. He made me love BM. And when he's asking for his car, right, this is what he said. I'm in BM, no way. So BM. So that's how I got to love cars. Since from then, I've been doing my own thing. I mean, sometimes when I go to the mechanic, they get upset because I know what I'm coming to do already. I just need their help. So I started doing engine build, and I'll dismantle it, put it back, YouTube, watching and learning more about cars. And that was it. So now when I'm driving, I know when a problem is developing before it happens. That's how everybody should be educated about their cars. So with car love in there, Charlie, I chair.
With car is a life.
Yeah. I started buying petrol at the age of 15. So you can imagine. So it's in the blood. And I'm happy and I'm proud of everybody that's trying to bring auto show out. Anything about cars, I'm here to support. So Linkop, you've done well. BMW Club Ghana, you've done so well. So I'm happy.
And Obii, how do you also get into cars?
So if you start the story, we'll close it. Okay, I'll tell you snippets.
Okay.
I'll tell you snippets. But actually, I've been into cars for as long as I remember. So pretty much parallels, drawing cars. Even before I could read, I was always drawing cars and stuff like that. I then had a very intense magazine phase. Because those days you couldn't get magazine, you couldn't get reading material. So if you find reading material, anything you can do to absorb, you absorb, And then those times too, sometimes you get the records. When there were records, if you look at the leaflets, sometimes some people are taking shots by Cadillacs and things like that. You sometimes will put a little blame on about the car and then like some songs, you know.
Are you sure it was the guys? Because I remember there was a book. The book it was women.
Right. I remember I started with my first BMW. Now seeing the best. So I used to hear this amazing engine. When I go, I thought I was in hostel. So I by the time my car was down. So I'll take a taxi to go to school and I'll come back, right? And I've always heard this engine in the house, right? By my head, was that my mom's friend or something, right?
Yeah.
So one day I was going to take a taxi. My mom said, take the car in the garage. And I opened the garage. Since there, cement black engine.
D35.
I mean, I didn't even know what I didn't know what the black engine. I started the car. I responded to me. I was like, man, what's going on here? So I drove the car. I remember playing because my previous car, the car I was driving that broken down was a VW Jetta, right? So I got in this car and thinking how vastly different it is from because I'd driven a Jetta and a Venmo at the time. So I'd driven two VWs, right? I remember this car is different. The way it responds to it, everything is different. I remember thinking this guy is big for me. Never go to it. Up to 2 weeks later, I was doing fish tails in Picanto. Like I bonded with the car. But a lot of the things I knew about BMW are still red. You know. Then one day I was going to 37 from Shangri-La. Right? And I was in the lane next to the side, what do you call the thing? The island.
Yeah.
Right? And some guy was driving his new Mercedes. And the driver just entered from the side. And entered his lane. So the guy sweat. Look, I remember all I knew was this. And I knew that the back of my car would kiss the island. I knew it. Look, the BMW just went in, out. The Mercedes came in, out. The BM went in, out. That's the first time I spontaneously converted out like this guy's car. Like I thought I was going, but it's a machine. The machine, no. So then I was like, oh snap! Like this, they actually know what they're talking about. So when we got to the next chapter, the guy was like, they're a really good driver. And I said, I'm not really sure that was that was me by the way. It was the machine. No, the car just, you know. So I convinced my mom and I got the car for my mom, right? And I started to drive this 34, right? And I became one with the car.
Yeah.
You know, to the point where I remember coming down on Spintex and you shift it into third and the car just sits. Because the car knows that you are ready for action. You know, and the car just
He knows
sits.
about you.
And then we are going. Like the guy's like, you want to play, let's play together. You know, and so I fell in love with the car, not just because of theory, but because of practice of actually owning the car. Right. And then since then I've been a BMW thing. Like when I go to the show, I go and look by myself. But the thing I also do at the show is I collect nips. So when I'm leaving the showroom, I always have all of the models. In my luggage, and I come and study it like I'm praying for them. But that BMW, it's not my car because you know I've read some good things about it. No, I put the car to the test. Yeah, and so that's where my love for BMW is from. My love of cars.
Thank you very much for these wonderful stories. Let's take another break and we'll be back shortly.
Okay.